10th, a full 8 hours before the attacks on 9/11, San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown received a phone call from what he described as airport security warning him not to fly. To this day, Willie Brown has not identified the source of this call. San Francisco International Airport claims that no travel advisories were in effect on September 10th.
Bush administration knew about the attacks. They all should be in prison.
And it was reported in Newsweek just days after the attacks. In response to inquiries from CBS News over why Ashcroft was traveling exclusively by leased jet instead of commercial airlines, the Justice Department cited what is called a threat assessment by the FBI.
Ashcroft
That Ashcroft has been advised to travel only by private jet. Give any further details. In the days leading up to 9/11, an unprecedented number of put options were placed on United and American Airlines. A put option is basically a bet that the value of a particular stock will go down. Of course, immediately following the attacks of 9/11, made trading options in the stock of United Airlines before the September 11th terrorist attacks. Who would not collect $2.5 million in profits? The firm used to place the put options on United Airlines stock was managed by the number 3 executive director position, the Central Intelligence Agency. With some of the wealthiest people in the world in a kind of specialized banking operation that has been identified by the U.S. Senate and other investigations as being closely connected to the laundering of drug money. As to connected to Osama bin Laden. It's all part of what has been a successful FBI effort so far to close in on the hijackers' high command, the money men, the planners, and the mastermind.
Bush administration.
Wall Street Journal was one of the only Western news organizations to follow up on the story, citing the Times. With the 2002 killing of Wall Street Journal reporter Daniel Pearl, who at the time was in Pakistan investigating connections between the ISI and Islamic militant groups. In a prophetic article published on September 10th, one day before the attack. At the White House and the Pentagon. On the morning of September 11th, General Mahmoud Ahmad, the alleged money man behind the 9/11 hijackers, was at a breakfast meeting on Capitol Hill, hosted by Senator Bob Graham and Representative Borgas, both from Florida. Of the 9/11 Joint Inquiry. In the months before 9/11, over 23 warnings of coming attacks from 11 foreign governments were received and ignored, many specifically mentioning the use of planes and symbolic urban targets. In the months prior to the CIA briefed Attorney General Ashcroft, warning that a significant terrorist attack is imminent and a strike could occur at any time. On this day, Acting FBI Director Tom Pickard briefs Ashcroft about the terror threat inside the U.S. Pickard later swears under oath that Ashcroft tells him the head of security for the World Trade Center. On September 10th, he moves into his new office on the 34th floor of the North Tower. That night, he tells colleague Jerry Hauer, "We're due for something big." O'Neill was killed the next day in 9/11 attacks. On August 6th, 2001, Governor of Florida signs Florida Executive Order number 01261. His Florida Executive